Hi everyone, and welcome to the 10th episode of the Average USA Citizen Show. I'm David, your host, and I'm excited because this episode is special. Because this episode, I picked a viewer's topic for the main part of this episode. What also makes this episode special, it's our 10th episode, is who the viewer is that I picked. Without further ado, I know the suspense is great. Is everybody sitting down? Okay. Well, let me get to it. The viewer I picked is my own mom. Yeah, you know why? Because my mom has actually been doing what I've been talking about. She has been making calls, getting involved, making herself more aware, and becoming a better, U.S. citizen, which is exactly what I've been talking about. So, if I'm going to pick anybody, I have to pick my mom. Not to mention, she's done a lot for me over the years, and she's my mom, and I love her. So, Mom, this is your episode. Well, this is one of your episodes. You never know. Maybe there'll be another one. And then also, I have another little topic to talk about at the end, a little added topic that I've been dealing with personally. Okay, let's go ahead and get ready. I gotta be excited. This is 10 episodes, and I have a lot more topics. But again, before we get into the topic of the day, I want to encourage everyone that views this to submit topics, because I can come up with topics all the time, but I'm trying to encourage all of us to do this together. So if you have any great ideas or anything, shoot me an email, post it on Facebook, just somehow get it to me, and I'll try to cover it. So what we're going to be talking about is an issue I didn't know about, and my mom brought it to my attention, and I think it's very important. Today's episode is entitled Episode 10, Eliminate Options, Surround Care. Now, if you don't know what Options Surround Care is, it's actually a program in San Gabriel Valley that offers after and before school care. And it's not just going to eliminate that program, what I'm going to be talking about, what my mom wants me to talk about. It potentially can eliminate other programs just like it throughout the state. Okay, let me back up a minute, because I'm getting a little further ahead. I'm learning about this as we go. What I read was that Governor Brown, he has proposed cuts to the 2012-2013 California budget, which could ultimately close many programs like Options Surround Care. What Options does, and they operate in the San Gabriel Valley in California, is they offer care for before school and after school programs, and they offer both subsidized care, and they offer paying care. The thing is most parents nowadays, both parents work. It's pretty common that both parents work. And when you have young children, you can't leave these young children at home unattended for hours on end. they have to have somewhere to go. And so, options, surround care, this is one program that does it. And they've been doing it, I believe, 30 years here in Southern California, and specifically in the San Gabriel Valley. They actually help a majority of people to be able to work. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. Okay, so the governor, his wisdom, decided that it's okay to cut these programs. It's okay to, propose these cuts and cut these programs. We have to do this because we're suffering so bad. Okay, I understand that in California the economy is not the greatest and everything, but let's get real. The worst thing you could do is cut childcare. Why? Because then people either leave their kids at home, which causes multitudes of problems. It's not even good at all. Or people don't work. Then they have to be dependent on the state. So Governor Brown needs to be told that this cut is not right. It's not right. I mean, it's actually doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, because I think in the long run, it's going to cost the state more money to do it. And I understand that cuts need to be made. And like I've said in other episodes, we're going to have to make hard cuts. But some cuts you can't do. And this is one of them. It affects a lot of people. I know my sister, she uses options, and if she didn't have it, she wouldn't be able to work. I mean, because nobody would be there to take care of my niece. So we can't allow this to happen. I mean, I know a lot of people that utilize this program and programs like it throughout the state. So it's just plain wrong for the governor to suggest cutting this program. I mean, like I said, there are so many people that depend on it to be able to work. So listen to this. Let me play it out a little bit more for you. So they cut the program. Then these kids have nowhere to go. Then the parent can't find another program to take their kid. So then the parent either, one, leaves their kids at home, which causes problems, which equals dollars, or they don't work as much, or they don't work at all, which then makes them reliable on the state, which then creates more money. So we're not actually saving money. I think we're going to actually create worse problems. So it's my belief that we need to stand up and say, no. And I know you're probably wondering, what can I do? How can I make a difference with this? The governor makes his budget. They do what they want to do. But listen, there are some things you can do. Number one, you can contact your legislative representatives, both the senators and assembly members, and then a way you can find out who they are. You could go onto www.leginfo.gov, and you can find out who your representatives are. In fact, another episode, we're going to go over finding your reps, getting to know who they are, getting to know what best ways to communicate with them. That's going to be coming up pretty soon, another episode. But you can go on that website and you can find out who your representatives are. It's a good thing to know, because in case you really need them, it's good to know who they are. Also, you can attend a rally. There's a rally, it's called the Children Deserve a Future Rally, which will be held Saturday, April 14th, 2012, at the corner of 4th and Hill, across the street from Speaker John Perez's office, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Now here's a great opportunity. If you believe that this is an important issue, attend the rally. Better than attending the rally. Well, attending the rally is really good too. A good, solid rally of people saying, we don't want this, is really good. But I think a little bit better would be to contact your representatives. Listen, whether you have kids or not, this makes the most sense, economically speaking. If kids have programs, they're safe, they stay out of trouble, it costs us less money. If kids don't have those programs, they're unsafe, they get into trouble, which costs us more money. Also, for parents, if they don't have any place for the kid to go, more than likely one of the parents, or both, or whoever, if it's a single parent, may not be able to work. Then we have to pay for that. So we need to stand up as citizens here in California and say, I understand we need to make cuts, but this isn't a program that can be cut. That's what I believe, and that's what I think we should all do. And again, I want to thank my mom for pointing this out, because I didn't know about this. And like I said, you got to pay attention to what things are going on. And you're not going to know everything, okay? Like this issue. I didn't know about it. I didn't know about it. But my mom, she told me about it. And I was like, well, wait, that can't be happening. And so, now I'm calling my representatives and I'm writing my representatives. And I'm asking them to say, you know what, maybe we need to talk the governor into another, route than this. But go ahead and, contact your representatives. If you do have any questions about this issue, you can contact me, at the various means here on YouTube or Facebook, Twitter, all the different, social media sites. Feel free to ask me any questions. If I don't know, I'll find out, and if I'll lead you to the people that can tell you the answer better than I do. Because I don't claim to know everything. Of course I don't know everything. But I do try to keep up on events. And actually, this one almost slipped by me. It's kind of a big deal to me. So, once again, this is a good example of, listening to what people are saying. Because you may not deal directly with this, but it may indirectly affect you. So pay attention to what's going on around you. And again, thank you, Mom, for this great, insight to this, because I wouldn't have known it without you. And that's, that was really good. And I want to encourage all of you to, if you got issues, something that you want addressed here on the Average USA show, Citizen Show, just go, send us an email. Let me know somehow, and I'll try to address it. If not in a show, I'll contact you directly. Okay, before I go, I have something personally I need to talk about. This just happened recently, and it's becoming a big problem for not just people here in California, but people all over the country. I don't know if this has happened to you or not. If it hasn't happened to you, be glad. If it has happened to you, I feel your pain. Yesterday, I found out that somehow somebody got my bank card and decided to make some fraudulent charges. I caught it pretty quickly while the charges were still pending, but right now it looks like I'm out over $2,200. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. The bank says, oh, you'll get your money, but there's all this hoopla, like, okay, well, you have to wait for the pendings, and because the purchases are still pending, so they may or may not post, so we have to wait till that happens. It could take 3 business days, and then if it does post and they take the money out, then you have to file discrepancy paperwork, and then that paperwork takes anywhere from a couple of days to a week or so I get my money back. I find this kind of ridiculous, okay? First of all, I'm the victim. Hello, I'm the victim. I did nothing wrong. Don't know how my information got taken. I'm really careful. I'm actually pretty, paranoid about it, and I'm pretty careful. But my information got taken. Now, I understand there are a lot of criminals and, there's people that know what they're doing. But shouldn't the banks know a little bit more and try to have our money be a little bit more secure? And shouldn't they make it easier for us? When we're the victims, aren't we their customers? They act like they can't do anything. They act like, it's just like, well. It's not if they lost $2,200, So, I'm bringing it up because, this issue is becoming a big thing. And it's pretty much made me really upset. And I wasn't, this has just happened to me, so I haven't really looked into it, but I've heard a lot of people have had similar problems. And it seems to be becoming more and more what's the word? It happens more and more often. Okay, so what we need to do is, as citizens, we need to maybe put pressure on our representatives to put pressure on the banking industry to give us more protections, or put more pressure on the representatives to make the government put more protections on our money. Because I don't know about you, but I can't handle losing $2,200. And even if they're going to tell me that I'm going to get the money back, they can't tell me when. It might be a week or so. Okay, I need to pay bills. Where's that money going to come from? I can't just, make money appear. I'm not a magician. So, I'm just letting you know that this issue's big, and, this is the Average USA Citizen Show, and we try to help in a lot of different ways, and this is an issue that I think is becoming more and more, occurring more and more often. So, we really need to be aware of what we're doing. But, to be honest, I was really careful. We really need to I think we really need to do is encourage our banks, encourage our government representatives to come up with better ways to protect us and make the process more simpler and less stressful on the citizens, on the customers. We're customers. My bank just basically tells me, well, there's nothing they can do until this all gets played out. Yeah, I closed that card and that account, and yeah, I got a new one. But until it all plays out and the pendings are done, I don't know if it actually gone through or not, and I don't know if I have to wait a couple weeks to get my money. It's ridiculous. I don't know how you feel about that, but tell me how you feel about that. And just remember that, this show isn't just about political issues or anything like this. This show is about what's affecting you and me as citizens. And like I said, this is something that's happening a lot and it affects us. So that's why I brought it up to you. Once again, remember everyone, with great freedom comes great responsibility. My name is David, and this is the Average USA Citizen Show. Thank you, and I'll see you all next week. And remember, send in your ideas for shows. Bye, everyone.